Has been averted at the Changi airport in Singapore as an Air India Express flight defied air traffic control, putting the lives of about 90 passengers on board at grave risk. We try and go across to Kashif for the details. Yes, Kashif, what happened?
Yes, Anand, this is an incident which happened on Monday concerning Air India Express flight, which was from Changi to Trichy in Trichy in India rather. And the sources is that pilots of this aircraft took off from the Changi airport, rather went on a takeoff roll without proper clearance from the air traffic control at Changi airport. And when they were about to take off, that is when they had to abort the takeoff and had to come back because they had no clearance. And clearly that was a clear violation of rules. And what we come to know is from further investigations by the DGCA here in India, as well as from Changi airport authorities, is that the aircraft was at in fact 1 second away from disaster is what we learned. It was it's about 269 kilometers per hour is what we know, and at that speed to reject a takeoff is very critical. And this aircraft, a Boeing 737 which was on its way to Trichy with 990 passengers rather, cancelled the takeoff, clearly endangering lives of so many passengers. What we learn now is that the Singapore Civil Aviation Authority is investigating into the incident along with Air India officials, and what is crucial now is to decode the cockpit voice recorders, the conversations between the pilot as well as the Singapore ATC, as well as the black box, which will be very crucial in the investigation.
Well, stay on with us, Kashif. Some more news coming in on your story. The sources in the DGCA have told your channel that rejected takeoff is a serious matter, just like Kashif was explaining to us, and they've said that they have to ascertain under what circumstances the pilot aborted takeoff. The Singapore Aviation Authority, along with Air India, are investigating the entire matter. Yes, Kashif, you are telling us that there were lives that were put at risk, and there is a certain speed beyond which you have to take off, you cannot abort, and the aircraft was almost at that speed, wasn't it?
Absolutely, Anand. What sources tell us that this aircraft was at about V1 speed, which is a very critical speed for an aircraft takeoff point. And at that speed, the pilot is advised not to reject the takeoff unless there is a very critical situation. What really happened on board will be only determined by the investigation authorities, in this case the Singapore Civil Aviation Authority as well as Air India. What the DGCA sources are telling us is that later on there will be a permanent investigation board which will be formed to find out what really happened. Till that time, the pilots have been de-rostered. They have been in fact questioned as well by the DGCA authorities, and what we learn is that the pilots have told the DGCA that they believe to have got clearance from the ATC, and that is why they went ahead with the takeoff. So there seems to be some lacunae as to what the pilots are saying and what the ATC says. Clearly, the matter is under investigation right now. What are the critical components of the aircraft, which is the cockpit voice recorder as well as the DFDR, which is the black box of the aircraft. Those two equipment will form a critical part of the investigation.
Right, now he's got some more news coming in at this point. He's got more than 20,000 hours of flying experience, and Captain Ranganathan has slammed the Air India